Hello and welcome to a lights on tour of the haunt. What the heck, you know? This is a 3-car garage. It's a double with a single. And those barricades that are to the left there, that helps kind of make the kids go into their own groups. It funnels them in better. If we didn't have that, then we just have this big gang of kids because they keep pushing because they're so excited. So that helps out a lot. And that tarp there, that's up while I'm building the haunt. It kind of keeps kids from coming in and also weatherproofs it a little bit. Thought I'd show you a quick picture of what the garage looked like before I started building everything. And the haunt is built with the garage doors being up. And I'm at the very beginning of the haunt, and I have a little fluorescent light there that helps shine onto this. And then up here is the monster eyes. Built a little shelf with one speaker going in one direction, the other speaker going in the other direction, so it really adds to that whispers kind of thing. And you see up there is the motion sensor. And when I walk underneath it, it should go off. Let's see. Yeah. And then I got 2 strobe lights that go on. The Lightning Machine is up there, and I have a floor mat that I'm stepping on right now. Well, with the storm ringing in their ears, they're now entering the graveyard room. This is where most of the great scares happened. Really had fun in here. They first see this werewolf, and let's fire it off so you can get a better effect than what you saw in the other video. The werewolf is only a distraction for me in my blacklight ghillie suit and hiding in these columns, which are hula hoops wrapped in wedding toile and creepy cloth. The spider was also a good distraction too. See that orange thing there? That's my foot pedal to fire off the werewolf. It's painted fluorescent orange so I could see it easier, and I was able to time the werewolf when I wanted. Now behind this panel here is actually the haunt computer, and this is a good introduction of how I put in cubby holes in the haunt this year. So let's go in and see the computer. And there it is. It's in this tiny little 2-foot wide by like 4-foot deep room, and everything I need is here. I also have push button control on the Exorcist and a remote in case things aren't happening right. I could test it out, and the computer's running the whole time in the haunt. To the left you see the tarps, and to the right you see all the wires coming down and feeding into the computer. And let's kind of come back out and you'll see how it just disappears. Nobody would ever know there's a computer back there. Yay! Alright, well, let's continue on. This is the very disorientating skull room. And you see the little demon there. Well, he's actually hiding another escape route for me, and I'll get back to that in a second. But rounding the corner is an air cannon. So when they get about here, I fire it off. And I have push button control. As they're continuing on, I'm hiding behind those skulls, which was just the funnest scare. I'll show you how that looked.
Stop pushing! Brayden, stop! I sacrificed you. Stop pushing! You have my finger done.
So this is the scare box that I came out of. That's the push button for the air cannon. Painted orange fluorescent so I could see it again. And that's it. It's like a little 2-foot by 2-foot little section. And you're probably wondering, well, how did I get in there without the kids seeing me? Well, let me show you. Bing. It's just a hanging wall panel that's painted. Makes it heavy. Makes it look like it's a framed-in panel. Nobody ever figured out that was how I was getting in and out. So that was just a hoot and a half. And then, just like 3 steps away, is actually the exit of the haunt for me. So I come in here, and I can open up that hanging panel and scare them good at the final end. And what I scared them with, if you look on that chain, there's actually a cattle prod, well, a pretend one, made by Spooky Props, that I also painted orange fluorescent so I could see the button. And voila! Well, continuing on into the Hellgrowth room, which to me was the most vivid chroma depth illusion going on with the floor and the Hellgrowths. It was just freaking, especially the parents out. That surprised me. The parents really, really got into the 3D this year. They just kept going on and on about the floors. But anyway, it was a really fun illusion, but I wanted to show you something before we go into the next room. So let's switch over. And what's nice about all the panels hanging off the ceiling is you can hide things behind it. So if I just slide this panel over, this is how I got to a lot of my electrical circuits that I could plug in and out. So hanging these panels up really gives you a lot of flexibility in your haunt. Alrighty, well let's go into the final room. This is Terra's room. And it's supposed to be kind of like, where is everything? I don't know, there's so many columns. She was just so realistic that they did not know if she was real or not. Now that's where her floor mat trigger is. And she's off right now, but wanted to kind of give you a view of how everything's kind of set up. Right behind her is where her bubbly sound is coming from and all of her electrical circuits. But I wanted to show you how I get in and out of the house. That's my stairway. You see it peeking out there? And so this is another pass-through, and I can get into my stairs. Behind the stairs is where my pneumatics come up. They come up from the basement, and then they get routed out to the different kind of props. And how I get out of the basement, you see that frame of the panel there. I just have a cutout in the middle with hanging slots of the fabric, and it just kind of opens up, and then I can get out back into my haunt. And that chain keeps people from coming through. Except I almost horse-collared myself about 10 times, but anyway. Alright, well, let's finish this up. The final scare was great because I kind of set him up pretty good. Is this a skeleton that's going to move? I don't know. Oh, there's the exit. Oh, is that demon going to move? I don't know. But there's the exit. And so they think they're home free and they go for the exit, and I come out of them from nowhere. That's that secret panel. It was awesome. Anyway, that demon is actually hovering above the air cannon that's for the other room. Remember, there was an air cannon that went off. What's nice about hanging props is it keeps kind of the kids from getting to it. But there's an auxiliary tank to give me a little bit extra air. It's right up next to the wall panel. And I'm going to show you the hole cutout. There's the hole cutout for the air cannon. And it's just a nice solid thing. See that safety pin? That's actually roped to the air cannon to keep it nice and flush so it doesn't kind of pull away. And the final thing, I want to show you some of the haunt panels that are all safety pinned together. And that kind of reinforces and strengthens them, keeps light from escaping. Also, the panels are also tied to each other, but generally all of them are suspended from the ceiling, along with everything else I can. Air lines, DMX lines, electric lines. It's all routed on the ceiling and then drop down. And it makes it, you know, a lot easier. You don't have to worry about tripping things and hiding wires. Anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed watching this Lights on Tour of the Haunt. Hope you had a great Halloween. I did. Take care. Bye-bye.